Divine greetings, masters. Very warm welcome to each and every participant, every master. This is Madhu Soni welcoming you all to Light and Soul Meditation English Group Masters. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. So, masters, today is day 8 of the 21-day program. And today we have Chandani Thakkar ji's session today. So today, when I when I speak about day 8, it is on soul plan, soul journey, and soul levels. Basically, first it will be on soul level, soul plan, soul journey. I will leave it to Chandni ji, however way she wants to, whatever the priority is, whichever way she wants to take it, she is free to do that. But before I go ahead and let her take on with the subject, would like to introduce to all those people who are new, because I see some people who are new. I see KP and um, some new faces. I believe Anjali Kulkarni ji is also there. iPhone 4. Then some new faces are there. Some new names are there. So welcome, masters. Thank you for being here. So today is day 8, and the topic is soul level, soul plan, and soul journey by Chandni ji. So Chandni ji is living in Chicago, or I would say she's living in US from past 17 years, and she is also a clinical pharmacist. Also, she had been teaching meditation classes in the Gujarati group, as well as she is a certified meditation teacher as well. And since 2022, she is doing meditation, and that is now has become her purpose as well. So, masters, let us all welcome Chandni ji and give her the platform. So, over to you, Chandni ji. Very warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you to all the masters, and welcome to day 8. All I can say in one line about myself is I'm one of those unique clinical pharmacists who's more excited in spreading and teaching meditation than dispensing medications.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so excited to be here today. And as Madhuji said, today's topic is soul levels, soul plan, and soul purpose. So when I learned about these three topics, it transformed my life 360 degrees. These topics from spiritual science are the base of human life. Once we get the understanding of what is soul, why are we here, what is soul plan, what is soul journey, then you will exactly know that what phase of soul journey you are in. The only thing we need to be careful about while learning this topic is never to judge anybody after gaining this knowledge. Because this knowledge is going to tell us different stages of souls and what are their qualities, like what kind of human personalities they can have. So, sometimes after gaining this knowledge, we start judging others. So, the today's topic and knowledge is especially for our own soul evolution. So, let's utilize this knowledge in our spiritual growth. So, first, I would like to start with a question that we all can ask ourselves. Like, if somebody would come up to me and ask me, who are you? But I cannot use my name, my parents' name, spouse's name, any relative's name, my profession. How do I introduce myself? If I cannot use any subjective information, how do we introduce ourselves? Right? So we can say that, oh, I'm a human being. So what are human beings? We are all made up of body, mind, and the third most important aspect, which declares us as living beings, right? Which is the life force energy, prana shakti. The another name for that is spirit or soul. So we human beings are made up of body, mind, and soul. So today's topic, we are going to learn what is soul, right? So to learn what is soul, first we need to know why was the universe created and who created it? What was the purpose of creating the universe? So we all know there is a supreme intelligence. We call it with different names: God, Bhagwan, the creator, the source, right? There are so many names given to one supreme intelligence who created the universe. That supreme intelligence is called as super soul. So what is a super soul? Super soul is nothing but a bright light. And this bright light is brighter than 10,000 times, thousands of times brighter than the sun. Even though this bright light is thousands of times brighter than the sun, the brightness is the kind where if you look at it, you'll still be able to look at it. Your eyes will be able to see the brightness within the super soul. That is the kind of quality of the super soul. So super soul, Bhagwan, Paramatma, the universal creator, is a bright light. So before the universe came into existence, the bright light was there. It was just there. So for example, if I'm just sitting in a chair, how long do I sit at one spot? I want to do something, meet someone, gain experiences, feel something, right? So the bright light, the supreme intelligence, just thought that I want to gain experiences. I'm just here. What's more? So with that thought, 5 elements were created. 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and sky. And from these elements, the super soul created a physical form, a body. And once the physical form was created, the Supreme Soul thought this is more like a non functional statue, right? It had to provide a prana shakti, the energy into it, to give action or movement, right? So the Super Soul, it bursted itself into the smaller specks of life. So from the brighter light, the smaller specks of light came into existence. And that is what is called soul. That's how the soul was created, from the super soul. So to explain this concept easily, I always give the analogy of the bucket of ice cream. For example, imagine super soul as a big bucket of ice cream. If you serve scoops of ice cream from that bucket, which ice cream is going to taste better? If you take a spoonful from the bucket versus the scoop, which one's going to taste better? They're both going to taste the same because it has the same qualities. So we soul are created from the super soul. So that's why super soul gave us all the qualities that it has. That's how soul came into existence. So as we know, super soul is energy. It's bright light, which is energy. If super soul is energy and the soul is created from super soul, means soul is also energy. So, per physics, we all know the definition of energy, right? That energy can never be created nor destroyed, it can be transferred from one form to another. The same definition applies to the soul, because soul is also energy. So, soul also cannot be created nor destroyed, which means soul is eternal. And we all have soul within us, which means we are eternal, right? So, yes, our human body, this incarnation, this life story has birth and death, the end process. But the life force energy within me, the soul within me, it never dies. It continues its journey through different incarnations. So, the first and foremost, the most important quality of the soul is its energy, and it is eternal. So, how does the energy get transferred from one form to another, right? So, same law applies to the soul energy. And let's understand how does that work. So, when super soul created a soul, the very first time that soul, it goes into mineral kingdom. What is a mineral kingdom? Mineral kingdom means, mountains, rocks, pearls, diamonds, anything that's made out of minerals on earth, that falls under mineral kingdom. So you all are going to question that, stones, pearls, crystals, they don't have life force energy, they don't have soul, they don't grow, they don't need to eat, drink, or have families. But trust me, mineral kingdom also has soul. The only difference is, for example, you have a 1-volt bulb versus 100-volt bulb. The energy of the 100-volt bulb is much higher compared to the 1-volt bulb. So the mineral kingdom has soul and life force energy, but it's super nominal that you can't even tell that it has it. And once that soul lives that life in the mineral kingdom, evolves itself, then that soul goes into the plant kingdom. In the plant kingdom, the energy of the soul increases compared to the mineral kingdom. In the plant kingdom, once again, the soul learns certain qualities. Like we all know that plant kingdom, trees, plants, they have quality of giving, right? Without any expectations. So the soul in the plant kingdom gains experience, learns qualities of giving without any expectations. And then after evolving from the plant kingdom, the soul transitions to animal kingdom. It takes many incarnations in the animal kingdom. And once it evolves from the animal kingdom, it moves on to the human incarnation. That's when the very first time it starts taking birth as a human being. Generally speaking, the evolution cycle is progressive. There's no way you can go back. For example, if we have, as we all have started our journey as human beings, there is a least potential that our soul will incarnate as an animal in future lives. There are definitely exceptions, but they are super rare. Generally speaking, the soul evolution is progressive. So, which means that we all have traveled from mineral to plant to animal to human kingdom. One more interesting fact about mineral, plant, and animal kingdom is all these three kingdoms, they have group souls, which means you must have seen like hundreds of sparrows flying together. You know, if one cow is crying, 10 cows are crying together. Like you'll see tears in the eyes of one cow when you look around, and there'll be like 10 other cows and they all have tears in their eyes. You might have observed that. So, mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, and animal kingdom have group souls, where a group of species, 15, 20, 30 species, have only one soul, which they are sharing. The very first time when they incarnate as a human being, that's when that group soul splits into the individual soul. So, as we all are human beings, we have our individual soul. Once a soul gets into the individual phase, it passes through many levels. The very first level, the very first birth as a human being, they incarnate as infant soul. What does infant soul mean? Infant soul terminology is different than, like we call infants our babies, right? So body being an infant is different than infant soul. So infant soul are the people who are incarnating as human beings very first few times, you know, first 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 incarnations the soul takes as infant soul. Infant soul means they don't know how it feels like being a human being. They don't know how to live life as a human being. They're still learning because it's their new experience for the soul to become a human being. So when the soul takes birth as a human being in the infant soul form, they are more into the Muladhara chakra, like in the survival mode, where they are only thinking about their survival and their existence. They are not worrying about others. They are not taking care of others. They don't think about society, rules, regulations, God, nothing. All they care about is how do I survive? How can I stay safe? How can I eat well? And how can I have good life? So they only think about their own survival. Once the soul takes incarnations as human beings a couple times, and slowly now they learn that I need to think about others. I'm living in a society, in a community. I need to think about being helpful to others, taking care of others. So that's when the infant soul graduates to the baby soul. So when a human being takes birth and they have a baby soul within them, they are into the Swadhisthana chakra consciousness, which means that now that they are thinking about people around them, society, they know there are rules and regulations they have to follow. So they don't harm others. Like, you know, when they were infant soul and they were just trying to survive, they were okay doing crimes, killing somebody, stealing from somebody, because they didn't know all those things were bad. They just wanted to survive no matter what. But now that they are baby soul, they know they are living in a society, they need to think about others too. So now they are following laws, rules, and regulations. They know how to live in a community. From the baby soul, after a couple incarnations and learning their lessons, they graduate into the young soul. Young soul human beings, they live in the Manipura consciousness. So, young souls, now they are living well in the society. Now, slowly, they think about money, name, and fame. They want to become the leaders, they want to lead the groups. So that's how they are progressing. After a few incarnations as a young soul, they graduate to adult soul. In the adult soul form, human beings are into the Vishuddha consciousness, where they think about, oh, I'm sorry, as the adult soul, they are into Anahata consciousness, where they are compassionate to others. They know there is something called God who has created us, but they are not super curious about knowing much about God or praying to God. They just know that there is something like this that exists. And that is adult soul. Once they graduate from adult soul, they become old soul. Old soul live into Vishuddha consciousness, where they start thinking about, who am I? Why am I here? What's the purpose of human life? We all are together in this meditation group, 21 days meditation challenge by Madhuji, which means there is a really, really good chance that we are all old souls, because we are trying to know and learn, who am I? What's my life purpose? How can I become a better person? Right? We are trying to develop good qualities for us, and we are trying to spread goodness around. So there's a really good chance that we are old soul. Once somebody graduates from the old soul level, they transition to transcendental soul. They are in the Agya Chakra consciousness. They have completed all their life lessons. Now, these souls, they teach others. Their mission is, I learned, who am I? I know what's the life of what's the purpose of human life. Now it's my responsibility to awaken everybody. So their focus is to teach others. The seventh and final stage is infinite soul. In this stage, they are in the Sahasrara consciousness, where they are completely free from human incarnations. Even though they are completely free from incarnations, they themselves decide that I want to go on the earth to change the earth, to awaken the earth, to let everybody know about God, about who they are, what is God, and how can we ourselves become God. So they incarnate on the earth to spread the knowledge about divine. So now we learned about 7 different stages of soul. One important thing is, as the soul graduates from one level to second to third to fourth to sixth to seven, the soul energy increases as the levels go up, which means if you look at the soul energy of infant soul, it might look like a tiny light bulb. Versus if you look at the soul energy of the infinite soul, that might look like a sun energy. So the brightness, the energy goes up as the soul level goes up. You all might have noticed, and now that you're learning about the soul levels, you might start analyzing the situation of your own family, the surroundings. There's so many times when there is like a 5-year-old child in the house who's okay sitting in the meditation position if the mom teaches him for like 15-20 minutes. But 80 years old grandpa is not able to sit in that position for 5 minutes, which means there is a good possibility that a 5-year-old might be an old soul and 80-year-old grandpa might have infant or baby soul. We don't know. but there is a good possibility. So in our family, there is a good possibility that we are a family of 4, 6, 10, doesn't matter. But we are all in the different stages of evolution. So when we are living with our family, we need to remember, we need to accept everybody as they are without any judgments. It's impossible for any soul to become transcendental or infinite soul before going through the infant soul phase, right? We were all infant soul at one point. We all have graduated with many human incarnations. And that's why today we are interested in learning meditation or spiritual science. So if somebody around you is more interested into materialistic life, into movies, into anything that you think is not spiritual, let's not judge them. They are doing the right thing for their own stage of evolution. We can always guide people, we can teach them, but we cannot expect that they always follow us. So let's remember to not judge and accept everybody in their own phase of evolution. So now you all might be questioning that what's the duration of each phase? Like how many incarnations does the soul take in each phase? That is completely subjective. Because when we start incarnating as a human being, we are given free will. There is nobody externally, like God is not controlling our choices. God is not a strict figure who is saying that you have to do this. We all have free will. So from infant to infinite soul's journey, it's different for each and every individual. Some souls, they become infinite soul with like 500 incarnations. Some souls might take thousands of years, depending on the free will choices that the soul is using. So that's why there is no set figure that in these many incarnations somebody is going to reach the infinite soul stage. But we all can make choice for ourselves. We can decide for ourselves that I want to make this human incarnation given it to me right now on this earth as a successful one, where I'm utilizing each and every second, learning about myself, learning about God, understanding others, and sharing the knowledge of meditation, spiritual science, and divinity to each and every person we come in contact with. We all know the story of Valmiki Rishi, right? So Valmiki Rishi, he was a robber, right? And in that same incarnation, he became a Valmiki Rishi and wrote Ramayana. In that one incarnation where he was like stealing and hurting people, harming people, he became the divine saint. So it's our own willpower and choice, which we can take right now to evolve faster. So soul needs to learn 22 lessons on this journey from becoming infant soul to infinite soul. You might be questioning that what are those 22 lessons? So there is a book written by Sonia Choquette. The name of the book is Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose. This book has all those 22 lessons listed, what a soul needs to learn to achieve the infinite soul stage. So I highly recommend anybody interested in learning those 22 lessons, read this book and you will get the understanding of that. Now I'm going to tell you in one or two sentences what is a soul plan. So the way human life, human incarnations work is, for example, our last life as a human being ended. When it ends, we go to the spirit world. Once we go to the spirit world, there is something called a life review. Life review means there is like how there is like screens in the movie theaters, like there are screens in front of us and we are seeing our own life since the day we were born till our last breath. While I'm seeing my own life, I am judging my life. There is no God, nobody externally judging my life. But my soul itself, our soul is so pure that in the soul form, once I leave my human personality, I am able to decide what's good and bad. So I myself, looking at my life review, see that what have I done good and what have I done bad. If I have made anyone feel like bad emotions, hurted somebody, I feel the emotions along with watching the scenes of my life review. So when I see my previous life, that's when I decide that my next life, I want to make sure I'm learning these lessons, helping somebody, being generous. So the next life I design along with the help of my spirit guides. We sit together like in the conference room. There is a script written by me, and my spirit guides are guiding me. That if you want to learn these two lessons, you need to have this kind of family, this kind of parents, this kind of town, city, country, this kind of education. So I design my own life along with the help of my spirit guides before coming on the earth. So anytime there's anything bad or challenging happens in somebody's life or even our own life, we always blame God. Most people blame God. That how can God be so like cruel? How come God think of human beings? How come he gives so much pain to some people? How come some people are starving without food? It's not the God. God is the father figure. We can never wish bad for our children. So God can never wish bad for any of us. So we are designing our own life because we need to learn some lessons. So that is when we are designing our own life before becoming a human being, that is called a soul plan. If you want to learn more about a soul plan, there are two books written by Robert Schwartz, Your Soul's Journey and Your Soul's Gift. If you read these two big books, you will learn in much more depth why you have designed certain challenges in your life. So I personally feel like we have covered everything in general about the soul. Now, if Madhuji is okay, we can go into meditation for 40 minutes and then we can take questions.
Sure. Thank you, Chandni ji. Very wonderfully explained everything. Like very in short, you explained in such a nice way. You explained everything. I am like really impressed. I would say, and thank you so much. Masters, I believe as me, you were also impressed and you also got the same knowledge. Wonderful wisdom she shared. One more thing that I would like to share, I would not go in depth, but I would just like to share you the picture of how that infant soul journey to that infinite soul journey, how that happens, so that you have an idea. This had been given by Michael Foundation because as a spiritual counselor, we have learned that. So just letting you all know so that you have an idea. Um, and this will actually add on to what Chandni ji was saying, and it will become easier for you. So let me share the screen for you for like just very quickly. Okay, give me a second. Yeah. The page is already there, masters. Just I'll show you so that, yeah. So masters, I hope you all can see this, right? So I won't go into all those details that as Chandni ji said, but she had totally covered everything, nothing more to share. But here, like, if you can see 1, 2, 3, like, see the cursor. 1, infant soul. Second is baby soul. Third is young soul. Fourth is mature soul. Then 5 is old soul. Then transcendental and the infinite soul. Just imagine when a soul is being born, it actually incarnates as an infant soul. So it takes that form, it lives that life as incarnate soul, infant soul, and then that infant soul has to again take the another birth under the same thing, infant soul, but now that soul is baby soul. So infant soul, then it will actually follow on all the stages, the IS, BS, YS, where whatever you see, it is nothing but it is infant soul, BS is the baby soul, YS is the young soul, MS is the mature soul or adult soul, OS is the old soul, and then same way, each soul level they have to go ahead with that same process, like 5 soul levels, all those self soul levels they have to reach to that stage, then only they can move to the baby soul stage. So once they start going into baby soul, then again the baby soul will go from infant soul, like baby soul, infant soul, baby soul, baby soul, baby soul, young soul, baby soul, mature soul, and then baby soul, old soul. Same way, again now they have progressed, they have learned, the soul have learned now. Now it goes into young soul stage. What happens in the young soul stage? Again, the young soul will actually take the another like life in the form of young soul, but in under infant soul. Then same way it happens with all the soul levels until they reach that transcendental and infinite soul stage. So I hope this is clear, masters. Very little information, but just very important. So thank you so much, Chandni. Yeah, we can go into meditation now, Chandni. So let us,
Okay.
yeah, masters, take your position and drink some
If
water.
anybody,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
if anybody is wearing glasses, let's remove our glasses. Let's lock our legs, clasp our fingers, close our eyes, and let's take our attention on our normal, natural, incoming, and outgoing breath. You may share the music, Madhuji.
Yeah, sure. Here, Chandni.
Yes, perfect. Let's focus on our natural, normal, incoming, and outgoing breath. Let's thank the Super Soul for creating us. I am grateful for this human life on this beautiful planet called Earth. Not give any attention to our thoughts. Let it go by like a river. Bring our attention back to the normal, natural breath. I am grateful for my loved ones, for adding joy into my human life. I am grateful to all those human beings who has taught me lessons in this life. Grateful to Gautam Buddha for sharing the knowledge of Anapanasati meditation. Let's be with our normal, natural, incoming and outgoing breath. I'm grateful to my breath for guiding me as a guru. Grateful to Patriji for teaching me how to be a master. Stay with our normal, natural, incoming, outgoing breath. I am grateful for all the divine light beings and light workers like us for helping Mother Earth in the ascension process. grateful for all of you as together we will bring Satyug. I'm grateful to Madhuji for this beautiful light and soul meditation platform. Last 60 seconds. Let's unlock our fingers and put our hands on our eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And open your eyes with a bright smile on your face. Thank you, all the masters, for sharing your wonderful, wonderful energies today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chandni. Wonderful meditation and really blissful. Lot of energy. So thank you so much, and thank you for this wonderful, amazing wisdom today that you shared. So thank you, masters. Anybody has any questions, masters, please do raise your hand so that we can go forward with any question answers that you may have. Yes, Naveen ji.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Ma'am, both the deep meditation
Wonderful.
and wonderful knowledge. In the meditation, I see a target point with arrow.
Oh, right on target. Wonderful. I think the masters are saying that, wherever your intuition is leading you, you're thinking on the right track. If there is something that you are thinking about, or intuitively you're thinking of doing something, you're right on target. So that's what I feel. Chaniji, anything else?
I agree with you.
Yes. Yes, Naveenji.
I learn from wisdom that we should not blame God and
Bad, yeah.
any
We should
man
judge anyone.
for our decision, yeah, wrong things, because we should design our life.
We are designing our own life.
Very
Yes.
Very nice, Naveenji. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Riyaji. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Rani ji, please unmute yourself.
Hello, thank you so much for the wonderful session, Chandni ji, for the wisdom sharing, and when the meditation was so deep, very rightly said by Naveen ji. I didn't feel like coming out, but only because I had few questions. I just not few, but just wanted to share something. So, um, you spoke about the soul and the journey, and then Madhuri showed the, the seven
Soul level.
lifetime of the same circle of baby soul and infant soul.
Soul
Is
level.
that the soul level?
Yeah.
Right. So does that mean that we meet the same souls in every human birth, like in different relations?
Yes.
As different relations, is it the same soul in different bodies? You understand my question?
Yeah, I understand your question. I can explain you the concept of a soul group. So there is a concept in spiritual science called a soul group, which means that the way spirit world is designed, there are 7 levels of the spirit world. In each levels, the souls of the similar frequencies. Even on one level, there's like hundreds, thousands of souls of the similar frequency. All those souls are divided into soul groups. Soul groups are a group of around 30 to 50 souls, which usually incarnate around the same time. They take turns of taking roles. For example, somebody who is my mom in this birth could have been my daughter in my last birth. Somebody who's my husband right now could have been my friend or teacher in last birth. So those 30 or 50 souls, they are vibrating at the same frequency. The reason they are in the same soul group is because they are vibrating at a similar frequency. So most of the times, these souls, like imagine like a director is writing a script of a movie and he has a list of 50 actors and he has to work with those 50 actors in all the movies. So they just give different roles to different people in different stories. But usually it's that same soul group And those are the souls who travel together. But there are some exceptions where, for example, this soul group is vibrating at a higher frequency, but somebody is writing a script of their own life. And in their life, they are planning a scene where they are going to have a robbery at their house. So they need somebody who can steal and cheat people, right? So because this soul group is made up of higher frequency beings, they won't be able to play a role of a robber. So when a person is writing their life story, they can go to a different frequency soul group and ask for favor, that can you do me a favor? I'm writing my own script and I need somebody to play this role. Can you do me a favor? And souls, regardless of which level they are in, are very helpful to each other, because they all know that we can help each other out, and that's how we can evolve to higher levels. So whenever they need these exceptional scenarios and different frequency of souls, then they go to different soul groups for favor. But otherwise, the soul group concept, I think that will answer your question.
Can I share, Chandani?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, Rani ji, I would share it like that. A little part of what Chandani ji said is very correct, but it not always works like that, because sometimes what happens is you are actually into soul groups. There are different soul groups, definitely, but there are family soul groups, and then spiritual also, we are on a different level. So when we are connecting here, we are connecting with like-minded people, learning the same thing, same stuff. But when we are into the family gathering or family soul groups, everyone is not vibrating on the same level. And that is why we are put together, because we are actually journeying into that particular life situation, or we actually came with a soul plan that this is the learning that we are going to take. Some people in our family would be behaving like that, where we have to be very patient, and people who are very patient, they are given hard tasks. Now the point is, some people would come into your life, same set of souls coming into your life. I think this will be easier to understand if I share that now who is my husband? My husband, who in this lifetime is my husband, or a soul who is my husband in this lifetime, they were my assistant in past lifetime. Okay? Or maybe in some other past lifetime, I was the mother and he was the son, because I saw the past life. So isliye I know. Now the point is, why I am being given again the same set of soul? My question is always like that, right? Even with you all also, you might have questioned why I am living with this person. What's the reason? So now, because you have to make them learn something, and on the way you are also going to learn patience, unconditional love, and other things as well. Definitely, it's not always like I'm the good one and he's the bad one. No, he is also giving me certain lessons which is important for my soul journey. That is why we are all grouped together. And then there are children who also come into that picture, taking that birth in that particular family, where they have to have certain soul journey and soul plan. So that is why. So during the time when I was not a teacher, or not into this meditation group, my elder daughter, she would not like to do meditation, but my younger one is totally different. She came into my life because my journey had already started, so she chose that mother who was already into spirituality, because she now already is into archangels, she's already into spiritual things, meditation, everything. By herself she would do. I don't need to guide her. Just imagine, she's 6.5 years old, or like 7 now. So the point why I'm saying is that we all are given different sets of challenges, situations, rules, because it is according to our soul plan, which we only have planned. Nobody else has planned for us. As souls, when we were shown that life review, we said, oh my goodness, after purification, when our soul reaches to, when our soul reaches from the dead body, when we go up, Now there the purification happens. Everything is cleaned, every memory, everything. Now you're shown the life review. After life review, you are shown what you have done. Like you feel, you understand, because now your the soul is pure. Everything is pure. Now you understand what mistakes you have. Really, did I do that? And then you said, okay, because I did this, so in the another lifetime, I'm going to take this as a challenge where certain sets of people will come into my life. They are going to behave like enemies, but basically, once they behave like enemies, I'm going to push myself to go forward. This will be the fork in the road where either I'm going to choose A or B. If I choose B, I'll progress further. If I choose A, I'll be there, but again, I have to learn that same lesson. And again, I'll be given two forks. So this journey goes on, masters. So that is why people in your soul groups will be different with different frequency, because at different timelines or different time, you would be actually vibrating on a different frequency altogether. So whatever your frequency will be, that is where your friend circle, family groups will always come into existence. I hope it makes sense, Raniji.
Beautifully explained, both of you. Thank you so much for your
Wonderful.
time.
Thank
Thank you.
Yes, Gitanjali ji.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chandani ma'am, and thank you, Madhuji, for this wonderful session. I wanted to ask you, there are two things. Like when we say soul plan, we discuss soul plan and we come into this earth. Now, I just want to know, when there is an abortion which is happening naturally. Okay, that is one thing. And then you're doing an abortion to get rid of this thing. So I just want to know, do we have I decided on the soul plan, or the whichever soul is entering our body, is that their soul plan?
I have one story I can share about this.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's a small story, so we can. I think we have time for that. So in that story, this is a real story from this book, The Soul's Gift. So the way this book is written, it has different chapters. Why would a soul plan like a caregiving? Why would a soul plan abortion? Why would a soul plan poverty, suicide? So this has different sections.
I'm
So
sorry, I got disconnected. Can you repeat from beginning, please?
yeah, sure. So this book, Your Soul's Gift, the way
Yeah.
this book is written, the chapters are divided into why would a soul plan certain challenge in their life, like caregiving, adoption, poverty, suicide, abortion. So your question is about abortion. So in this book, there is one story where there was a leader of soldiers, and they were on the field.
Okay.
And the leader had this one young soldier who was his really favorite. He was treating him like his son.
Okay.
So one day, that border where they were actually situated, it was attacked by the army. So this leader, even though he was a leader, he was really good at leading a group of people, but he was really scared to actually go and fight in the field. So whenever the border was actually attacked by the opposition, he was sitting in a chair, he was writing something. From the glass window, he sees that they are being attacked. So this soldier, who he was treating him like a son, he sends him, go outside, you're needed. So that soldier, he goes and fights with the army, and he dies right away. This leader, he feels guilty, really, really bad. He's like, oh my God, I lost my son because of me. If I wasn't fearful, if I hadn't sent him, he might still be living. So he regrets sending him. Even though years passes by, he lives for another 30, 40, 50 years. When he goes to the spirit world, in the spirit world, he meets this young soldier who he was treating like a son. In the spirit world, they both meet. And this soul, the leader who's feeling guilty, he apologizes. He's like, I'm so sorry, because of me you died. And the soldier says, regardless whether you had sent me or not, it was my time. So if not in this battle, in the next battle, I was going to die. So don't feel bad. But the leader, he cannot get the guilt out of him. So what he does, the next lifetime that he's designing, he asks the soldier, can you come into my life as my son? Because I love you so much. I have the feelings. So the soldier says, I can definitely come into your life as your son, but there's one condition. From the day I died and the next battle, there were only 2 months. So after 2 months, I was going to die anyway. So you only became reason for my death for 2 months. So I can come in your womb and give you a feeling of motherhood, but only for 2 months.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the story shared in this book. And that's how sometimes the mother conceives, they know they are pregnant, but after a few months, the soul leaves the mom and the natural abortion happens. So many times there is like a soul contract between the two souls that, you know, how much this much karmic account we have. So that's all we can do. So it's based on so many different scenarios, but in this scenario, it's the past karma that they were trying to balance out.
So one more story here, very short, very quickly, just to make you understand Gitanjali in another way. So, for example, there were two ladies who want to get pregnant and who want to have babies. But there were certain challenges with the number two woman. The first one got pregnant and she got twins. Okay. She got twins and she carried both the babies till the last term. Okay. And when the time came to deliver, only one twin, like from the twin, only one of the child remained. The other could not survive. So the mother felt very bad and they cried, and like how it feels, right? Because for whole 9 months she carried. So the other second woman lived nearby. Okay, she wanted to be pregnant, but she could not due to certain challenges. But after that thing happened, later on, the second woman got pregnant. Now she had the baby. Okay, so you never know how because that soul had to come on earth to live. So it chose the mother so that it can continue that journey for a little while. Maybe that soul plan was for that mother, that maybe I'll be there in your womb, but for a little while and then I'll go. I'll not take birth. And then the soul chooses another mother, basically. Now that another mother carries the baby, but these months when she was carrying the second woman, she had a lot of challenges, lot of problems. It was not easy. There were certain things that, I would say, maybe that child was very spiritual or, a high level soul. So mother had to go under a lot of spiritual knowledge, wisdom. And unless she goes into all those, knowledgeful or wisdomful sessions or something that she learns, until she reaches to that consciousness, she can't give birth to that child. So maybe she reached, now she has the baby. There were certain set of challenges for some months, and then she was able to survive all those challenges, even the baby also. And then later on, till 9 months, everything is okay. Now she delivers. This is how sometimes happens, that there are stages up till when the child will be there. Basically, the soul plan is of the baby, and also this works with the breath energy also. According to your breath, every thought that you have, or even the doer of that child has had earlier, that also is taken into consideration, as we have, like if you read this book, thinking in depth. So lot of things has to be taken under consideration. I hope this
Okay.
helps.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So no one has to be in guilt. We actually think that, because of us, it happened. So there was
Yeah.
a certain stage in my life where I felt as if I was into guilt of some kind, but then later on, I'm not going to share now, but the thing is, I came out of that guilt because, it is or not by us. It is all the soul plan of the soul that comes, not because of us. We
Now,
are,
why I asked is because all along I never felt guilty at all when I had, natural abortion and I have aborted thing. So now when I've come into the spiritual thing, that guiltness has come saying that I have sent a soul away.
yeah.
It shows me, but I did not keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why
So
I asked you this
definitely
question.
you can always ask for forgiveness that whatever I did for
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know at that time because my
yeah,
consciousness was not higher. So now I
correct.
know, and this soul who learned was in transition now. I have learned and I know I have learned my lesson. So I ask for forgiveness, and from there I won't do this mistake again, right? That kind of
Yes,
forgiveness you can always ask.
correct. Thank
So
you.
the soul is always basically, learning, progressing. The soul journey always, like, basically, according to the law of progression, it always goes forward, not back.
Uh,
So there was one thing that I wanted to share, but now I forgot related to that. So anyhow, we can take Shiva.
One more thing, I think, in
Uh-huh.
short, like one liner. Another thing that I heard that the reason this situation happens also is sometimes when the soul has not incarnated as a human being that many times, it doesn't know how it feels to be in mother's womb, and it
Yes,
just
yes,
wants to take that experience. It's a
yes,
okay.
very hard experience because the soul is expanded.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when it needs to incarnate as a human being and be in the mother's womb, it's like it has to like kind of sit like this, and the
Yes.
soul doesn't like it. It's not a good feeling for the soul, but because it wants to incarnate as a human being and learn the lessons and evolve faster, we all know that earth is the best way to evolve faster. That's why all the souls wants to come to the earth. So that's why
Okay.
they are okay with that, but sometimes they just want that experience. Let me see how it feels. So they come into the mother's womb, and then they probably know by reading the frequency, the scanning the frequency of the mother, that I might not be leading life. I
In the
might have to
womb.
come back, but at least I'll have an experience. So sometimes the soul knows and it still comes.
Very nice.
So it
Yeah.
depends. Yeah.
Yeah, very nicely explained. And
Yeah.
also,
Thank you.
one more thing, that is what I remembered. That was what I wanted to say, that mother's womb is just a portal for the babies. That's all. We are portal,
Ah,
nothing more. And we
okay.
have created this kind of hawa for every child who comes, for every mother does that.
Every mother.
We kept you for 9 months. Yes, we did. And definitely there's a lot of things that goes into this, but the soul chooses the portal. We are just portals, womb. The
Right.
wombs are there
Okay.
to deliver. But it's like wonderful. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm.
I'm feeling so lighthearted now, actually.
Yes, it's always, I feel like whatever I have read and learned, I think it's a mutual thing between both souls. So
Definitely.
nothing to
Wonderful.
feel guilty about.
Yeah, and when you
Thank
are
you.
in guilt or depression, grief, they are in the lower vibrational state. So try to come out as soon as you can.
No, I have asked for forgiveness, but then this question was lingering. So now it is cleared.
Last year. Okay, wonderful. Then that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for patiently waiting, Pranshi. Lovely to see you here. Thank you, Gitanjali ji. Yeah, go ahead and ask a question. How was the
Okay.
meditation?
Okay, I have two questions.
Uh-huh.
One, so for example, why can't we just take one like baby soul, like, and then just take all the 22 lessons and that, and then end it over there?
Why can't we what?
Take one birth and learn all the 22 lessons and just stop it over there.
So, Chandni ji, would you like to? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I can answer it. So I'm just going to repeat the questions for everybody else. Pranshi is asking, why can't we take one birth as an infant soul or a baby soul or in any soul form and then learn all 22 lessons at once? That's her question. So those, Franshi knows all 22 lessons because she was in my Gujarati sessions and we learned all 22 lessons in my sessions. But those who will read what are those 22 lessons will understand it's not easy to learn all 22 lessons in one birth. And Pranshi, when you're saying as infant soul or baby soul or child soul, when they are infant, baby, child, that kind of soul form, they don't have that much expanded understanding. They are just basically in the survival mode. They just want to be like eat, drink, and be merry. They are not even thinking about learning anything. So they need to grow out of all those soul levels and reach to the level where their intellect is ready to learn. So most of the times, human life is full of different emotions. In one human life, you see so many childbirths, you see some deaths, you see some financial crisis, some health crisis. So in one human life, usually each human being, they come with 1 or 2 soul lessons. If they come with 5, 10, 15 soul lessons, they might not even get to one. So they come with the organized plan where they make sure that at least I'm learning 2 lessons. So 22 lessons, like if you read or remember all of them, it's super challenging to come up with all those 22 in one life. Then they won't be able to enjoy their human life at all. It'll be like a punishment for them. And God doesn't want that. God wants human life to be a celebration. Actually, life is a celebration. That's what Patriji says.
Okay.
So we are learning and enjoying life.
Yeah.
Okay?
One more thing that I want to share here is for everyone to know that this is one major point that we all need to remember, that there are a lot of challenges in a person's life. Maybe for some people it might not be that challenge, but they are incurring good karma. But here, every soul who comes, they have to actually, in a particular soul level, at least they have to incarnate for 350 to 400 lifetimes in one soul level. Yeah, that long. Just imagine how many soul lessons they might be learning. Not only 22, but these 22 are subsets. Basically, these are the sets of all the below subsets, I would say, and more, So just imagine when you are in a school, you are learning your lessons and then you are passing the test. Till 12th grade, you will be doing. Then you're going to college and then, other things. So how many tests so far you have completed, Pranshi?
Oh God.
Oh God, yeah, oh, a lot and oh God, right? Just imagine. So for us also, when there is someone who is leaving our friendship, we feel bad. What is the lesson to be learned there? If we have incurred a bad habit, now when we are into addictions, when we leave those bad habits or how to leave them, or again that habit comes to us, again there is another learning, right? If we are having that habit of doing robbery or something, what is the lesson, So living with others also, there is another lesson, different types of lesson. So every attribute with every, like, I would say, we have to learn love, we have to learn logical reasoning, we have to be confident, we have to have masculine energies, feminine, lot of things. But in every birth, we take under consideration all these learnings. So it is not only 22 lessons, but there are a lot many lessons which we all have to learn. We have to be compassionate, kind, happy, joyful. We have to be, kind toward others. We have to be in oneness. But because we were in duality, we are living in duality, we have to reach to that 5D consciousness in that unconditional state. And how to reach, these are the lessons where planet Earth is actually giving us that lessons. The most difficult lessons, living here and going through these lessons. Once we get out of there, definitely there will be another dimensions and other challenges, but much easier than planet Earth. So yeah, you wouldn't want to pass all the 12th grade tests in one go, right? From 1 to 12, you don't, right?
Good.
Me too. No. So,
Okay, wait.
okay.
Every so like baby, young, infant, all of them, if you have the same energy or the same power, if yes, then why don't you use it in like everything? Like for example, in the baby, like you do robbery.
Mhm.
Why can't you have that power? Why can't you not do it? Is it
You
because
can.
that you don't?
You can, because see, when you are small, just imagine now, when you were infant, it's very similar to your own, your own life, I would say. How the soul level works is like when you're living this life, just imagine when you're infant, when you were infant, when you're just like cradling in mother's arms or daddy's arms. Now, you became a toddler, then you became a kindergartner, then you were later on, you are definitely going into school. You are now a child and learning some stuff, then went into elementary school, then you became a teenager, middle school, then you are now you are still teenager but now higher level teenager, then you went into high school, then you became adult. Just imagine when you were infant, would you be able to pull a rope? Like when we play that rope match, the push and pull game, something, would you be able to do it? Or throw a ball so forcefully, or run quickly? You can't, right? When you are a child, because you don't have that kind of energy. Definitely you have energy, but for different. Right now you're growing. So once you are growing, you have more energy. When you are an adult with different sets of abilities or learnings, you incur those energy things. Basically you are having those abilities. So just imagine when this soul is into infant soul, young soul, or baby soul, mature soul, they have different energy. Different, basically, as you progress from first grade to second grade, third grade, your wisdom is also increasing, intellect is increasing, right? Knowledge is increasing. Because in every level, you're learning something new. Now you're gaining that knowledge. So and when your wisdom is increasing, your energy increases because you have the ability to understand and how to increase that, maximize that energy. So then your consciousness increases. Okay, how it goes? Energy, wisdom, consciousness, or I would say energy, wisdom, and consciousness. So they go hand by hand like this, up, 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 up. This is how. So that is why we can't have the whole energy in one go. We have to have some wisdom and learning. Okay, I hope.
Got it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for these questions, Pranshi. Superhero.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, Masters, it was lovely session, very enlightening for not only you, but for us also. And thank you for sharing your questions and time, space, and energy with us. Thank you, Chandni ji, for being here and sharing such wonderful, wisdomful session on soul level, soul plan, and soul journey. Really, really amazing session. And so thank you. So once again, Masters, tomorrow we'll be meeting you again at the same time, same place. And tomorrow it will be Sanjay ji's session on vegetarianism, types of diet. So we need to see because he has prepared something very good. Let's see. Definitely, you know how he works. And same with Naveen ji, when you, both of them, they have, beautiful wisdom every time. But anyhow, every master who comes here has something good to share. So connect with master's energy. Once you connect with master, different master, you have something different. You are going to get something good, like today, as Chandni ji shared, we had an enlightened session. So many things we learned, right? So when you come across different masters, please come every day, connect with the master's energy, because definitely there will be some other ability that will get opened in your body, your spiritual, mindset. You will awaken yourself. More things will be coming to you. Anyhow, so masters, thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow. There was some question by Ramanji. Maybe I'll ask Ramanji, are you there or you went? Yeah, he's here. So there is some person there. People are there in Paris as well, who not Paris but UK, who are teaching meditation classes, giving meditation classes. So you can connect with those masters. let me share the number, or if at this time, if they want to connect, they can connect in our Hindi session also, because the Hindi session, it actually happens 9:30 a.m. CST time. So for UK time, it would be, I think, 4:30 or 5:30 something PM evening time. So you can definitely let them know about our sessions, the Hindi ones. English one, this is the time, but for them it would be night time. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Chandni ji. So masters,
Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. It's wonderful working with you on this spiritual journey.
thank you so much, Chandni ji, and same here, same feelings. So masters, may we all be happy, healthy, and vibrant. Do your practice of meditation regularly. Teach meditation and awaken others. Don't try to change them, change yourself, and just go forward. So thank you so much. Be abundant, be happy, be joyful, and be blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you.